The desert region of California is many things to many people. A place to enjoy a gourmet meal, a place to unwind and relax, or maybe a place to practice your swing. No matter what your reason for coming here, there is a lot to appreciate about one of California's hidden treasures. And one more thing to love about the desert, it is a great place to come for a date. Shake. You see, at Shields Date Gardens off Highway 111, a date shake isn't merely a dessert in the desert, but more a way of life. Located in the heart of the Coachella Valley, where 95% of the dates produced in the United States come from, Shields Date Gardens is literally an oasis smack dab in the middle of the desert.
Well, Shields Date Gardens started in 1924 by Floyd and Beth Shields. And really at that time, the date business wasn't really up and running. It was something that the United States government did in 1900s, where they brought some date palms from Middle East, and they tried to see if we could culture a fruit called the date here in the valley. And in about the 20s, it started to really pick up.
Floyd was a pioneer in the date business, breeding his own variety of dates, such as the store's famous blonde and brunette dates that are exclusive to Shields and are grown nowhere else in the entire world. He also invented the date crystals, which are a blend of dates turned into a dry product that can be used in cooking and baking and are the secret to those famous date shakes too. Now in business for more than 85 years, the place is still busier than ever, attracting people from all over.
Well, my son lives in Palm Desert, and I've had Shields dates before, and I could not wait to get back here and get some more Shields dates.
Oh, I've got some dates and peanut butter. I'm a diabetic, and these dates, diabetics can eat them because they don't invert the sugar and it doesn't cause your blood sugar to go up. So I always buy these, and they taste like caramel.
Today, more visitors than ever are paying homage to dates and to the marketing genius of Floyd Shields by taking note of the 30-foot night welcoming them to the shop, or by watching the Shields movie production entitled Romance and Sex Life of the Date, which chronicles the fascinating process in which dates are pollinated and grown. Basically, in simple terms, female date trees produce the fruit, while the male trees produce the pollen. The farmer then plays matchmaker, so to speak, by hand-pollinating each tree, which ends up producing about 200 pounds of fruit per year.
Back in the early 1900s, they had shakes of all varieties, but no one started adding fruit till their late 20s. And in 1924, Mr. Shields added dates as a fruit to a shake. And so he made the very first date shake ever served in the United States. If you look at the records, we have the claim to fame. What we do is we actually take the process of pollinating dates from the bee to the human being, and it takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of labor, and it's something that's no one else does in any other kind of business or any kind of fruit. We have to do a little bit more extra than anyone else has to do.
In addition to the revered date shakes, today the once ancient fruit is seeing a newfound appreciation as more and more diverse cuisines find their way into mainstream dining. At the Rancho Las Palmas Resort and Spa in Rancho Mirage, executive chef Leanne Calmacona has come up with something called geocentric cuisine, where she takes her Hawaiian heritage and fuses it with local produce, including those famous dates.
Well, the reason why we like working with them is because it has a different texture, and it has a lot of natural sugars in it. So blending it with different type of, maybe if you look at it in a spicy way, or even in your baked goods, it all translates to natural sugar. It has a lot of vitamins in it that is great for your body. So, you know, we like to use a lot of different things and with different consistencies and different types of textures, which is nice.
Like Leanne, Palm Springs chef James Corwell shares a passion for using fresh local produce in his gourmet plates. And by adding dates to dishes you might not expect, he creates new and exciting flavor combinations that are a surprise to many.
You know, I don't think people are just familiar enough with them. I know they've been around forever, and for me personally, I grew up eating dates, and I think you just don't see them enough on the menu because they're not mainstream enough. And fortunately for me, I look like a rock star for using dates.
And using dates in everyday meals is something people are sinking their teeth into. The Shields Date Gardens is busier than ever and is expanding with a new 1,000 square foot space being added to the same little store that Floyd Shields started nearly 85 years ago now. So what would the mastermind think of what has become of his little dream in the desert?
I would say that he would say thank you for continuing what I've started. He was a man who said that there's business for everybody. And that when he came here, there was date stores right down the block. There were 6 of them, you know, next to each other. But he said there was enough business for everybody. So what he did was said, you know, I love competition, I love dates, but there's enough for everybody to go around. But he's the last guy standing to this day. So we're really happy with what he started, and we want to continue the tradition.
And really, what's not to love about a great date?